Hi, this is Emily, and this project is about designing an assistive kitchen product to support people with dementia. People with dementia often struggle with complex tasks that require sequencing, such as cooking. These tasks involve performing multiple steps in a specific order, and when the cognitive ability to sequence actions begins to decrease, daily life becomes more difficult and potentially dangerous. My aim was to create a product that helps people remain independent at home while feeling familiar and reassuring. The final design takes the form of a vintage radio. It is because older adults immediately recognize it. By embedding modern technology inside a familiar object, the product avoids the stigma of medical devices and instead feels like a trusted part of the home. It works by having a monitoring and prompting system. This is Janet. She enjoys cooking at home. The product sits quietly on her kitchen counter. Sometimes Janet forgets what she was doing and she gets frustrated. The product detects that there is no movement in the kitchen for a long time and reminds her that she was in the middle of cooking. Now Janet remembers what she was doing and goes back to cooking and even listens to music on the radio while she works. I started with sketch and foam models to explore the shape, proportions, and placement of controls. This helped me understand how the device would look on the kitchen counter and how steady it felt. I then created a Figma interactive prototype to map the user flow, showing how prompts, calls, and radio tuning would be navigated. For technical proof of concept, I built an Arduino rig with a PIR sensor. If no motion was detected, the system played a recorded voice prompt like, "Hey, are you making food?" and the user would respond with a button. This proved the core prompting logic worked and would be expanded to more sensors later.
Hey, are you making food?
Then I 3D printed knobs to evaluate ergonomics and appearance. Testing showed that users preferred large tactile controls with clear feedback. I iterated the form through self-testing, and then finally, I produced a 3D printed shell, which integrated all the controls and allowed in-person user testing. For the user testing, I conducted an online questionnaire and interviews with participants to gather insights on usability, acceptance, and interaction preferences. Participants were asked to perform tasks such as, "Can you make a video call on this product?" Then they need to perform the tasks based on their intuition without prior explanation.
Hey, are you making food?
People expected the most important functions at the front, while secondary functions like volume could be placed at the top. The touchscreen was seen as intuitive, but earlier renders, it wasn't obvious it was a screen, so it needed clearer visual cues. Many felt voice interaction would be easier than pressing buttons, especially when hands were busy or dirty in the kitchen. And overall, clear labeling was essential. Users hesitated whenever a control was unlabeled. Feedback from the testing directly shaped the final CAD iteration. I swapped the positions of volume and tuning, so the main functions, contact and radio channel, stayed at the front, while volume is secondary. I widened and extruded the top buttons and scroller, making them easier to grip, clean, and notice. I changed the finish of the render so that the round black surface in the front looked like a real touchscreen. Most importantly, labeled all the controls clearly, supported with symbol graphics to remove hesitation. The product will be injection molded, and here is a cutaway view to see the internal components.